give thanks and praise to the Most High, Yah. Ever living, ever faithful, ever true. Yeah, yeah. More love, more peace, yeah. I just love it on me, I can't tear it apart. This is the real thing, you know the real thing. I just love it on me, I can't tear it apart. This is the real thing.
Our very special guest again is Amandeep Singh. Do you think that people were actually born with the gift of being a Sufi, born with that desire, or is it that your family can train you up into that path? Because it is a path, right?
Exactly. I would like to go a little detailed into this question. Nice, very nice question it is. Yeah, now I will tell you why these pictures and why these different concepts got created in ancient civilizations. It's all coded. It's all coded. Do you think whenever you're a very experienced singer and you meet people in your industry, uh, whenever we meet people professionally, there is a little energy of their body language, of their nature that we get. You know, your body would know, your mind would know, or eternal being would tell you that is this person, how, doesn't matter how sweet he is he good for you or not? They might sound sweet, but sometimes they are very jealous and stuff like that. Do you think these kind of people are ready for worship? They are not. For our lives, yes, everybody has got a uh, little spark of Sufism inside us, but everybody is not ready to become a Sufi. That is a fact. And this is why everything was so much coded in ancient civilizations that only the person who has got the courage and interest and deep love and desire for the eternal being, that is the only person who is going to do the post-mortem and do the operation of all these drawings and go deep and will understand that these are all the concepts. The eternal being is hiding and watching me behind all these drawings. Only that kind of person is ready to be a Sufi. Yeah, everybody should worship God, even a sinner. But, I have given you an example. The kind of people we meet, everybody is not ready to be a Sufi.
That's true.
You would know the kind of people you will you will just sit by those kind of people and you will feel the peace coming out of their bodies. You will feel the kind of immense peace. You would not feel anxiety with them. You will not feel tortured that they're trying to criticize you all the time, that they are insecure or they're trying to create or manipulate you. No, no, no. You will feel the energy of that person, of a real Sufi. Only that kind of person is ready to become a Sufi.
If you're just joining us, my name is Diana Wright, and my very special guest is Amandeep Singh. He's all the way from India, and we're on the discussion of Sufism, and he's doing a wonderful job so far. So don't forget that, of course, I think we're going to have a part 2 because we're already 47 minutes into it. And this kind of discussion, it's just never ending. You know what? Hit the subscribe button, and we are going to come back with part 2. All right? This is great.
Thank you.
Okay, welcome back. We said that we would have to do a part 2, and so here we are. Now, last time we were talking about, like, we would call it a discernment. When you sit with someone, or when you become, it's like a kindred spirit. There's something in you that connects me to you, and something in you that connects us. And right away, people over the side of the world, they would say, okay, we just hit it off. We just kick it off, because there is that eternal code that once we come together, it's like I'm able to decode what your spirit is saying and you decode what I'm saying. And so therefore I can discern the level of spirituality in you. And therefore I know I
Exactly.
feel so Amandi, I think you're called for this. I think you're called for being a Sufi. Look at your lifestyle, the way you are. You're always pleasant. You never have an evil word to say. So that is the discernment that we understand. We call it a discernment. And that is that,
Thank you.
I
Thank you
understand.
so much.
I understand.
The same kind of energy I've felt always inside you, and uh, being first of all, I love the ancient African culture as well. They were also very deep, and the way they used to conserve nature. The man of today cannot do that. And also, uh, I have a little feeling that somewhere this favorite guy of mine, Yeshua, was also an African somewhere, maybe of an African origin. Maybe some people have speculations, lot of speculations behind Yeshua that he was from Ethiopia somewhere. Maybe he was from nearby place of, you can say Jerusalem, or but there are a lot of speculations. I feel that this spirit, this Messiah, was from Africa. That
We
is
have.
why.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
That is why I was very much willing to talk to you in depth about this topic and many other more of music as well. We'll also talk about the Sufi music now because you're a singer. I'm also a singer. We'll talk
Yeah.
about the Sufi music as well.
Yes. Before we dive into that, one of the things I know is that I think there is a lot of confusion, especially in whereas Christianity, is concerned, because we know from, I don't, well, we know from reading, and I know from looking at for example, the 1611 version of the Bible, it had so many different scriptures, like apocryphal writings, or more like ancient, ancient piece of literature that was added to the scriptures earlier. And it does talk, even now in the scriptures of Revelation, it does talk about the blackness, or the origin of the Messiah and of the Creator when he choose to, if he choose to reveal himself. It talks about that his hair was like wool and his skin was like burnt grass. But yet still in Christianity, we see a great diversion of how those who printed the script gave him or tell us, by verbally tell us that, listen, he has blue eyes, white hair, and all, blue eyes, gray, blonde hair, and all those kind of things. We see that, and so it's a big diversion. We'll have to come back and talk about that in another sitting, because that's a whole
Yeah.
new that's a whole new
That's a
sitting.
big deep topic.
It's very, very deep. But this whole thing about Sufism, let me ask you, do you think I think Sufism is the way to the Creator, right? I believe that. Are there Sufism or Sufis in Christianity, in modern society, in Christianity, or is it only related to Islam, or the Middle Eastern cultures?
The ways of Sufis were diverse, and do you know the Sufi dance? The people with the long head, long cap, red color cap, and they swirl like this. That's a
Okay.
Sufi dance. That
Okay.
Sufi dance does not happen in India. Here, the ways are a little different. They wear green clothes, and they, light up fire. And in front of fire, they give certain food and offerings, something like that. Just like, if you light camphor, if you light up camphor, the vapors are very good for atmosphere, and it is said to kill viruses as well. So it's a kind of science. So they used to, whenever They do not have homes. They are gypsies, the real old Sufis. So
Ah.
wherever, how the ritual is created, I'm telling you, they are gypsies. So they keep the fuel, manure, and woods with them, so that they can light up something. And certain food offerings and some good herbs are also there with them. They keep on moving from here to there. Whenever they find a good place, they sit for meditation. But what about the insects? What about the mosquitoes? They are going to trouble you. How can you meditate? So for that, they light up a fire. They put little herbs in them, and the fire and fumes that they create, they keep the mosquitoes away. So it's not a ritual to invoke some kind of spirit or some. No, it's for them, so that they can create a healthy atmosphere, a healthy air, so that they can sit in meditation and worship, and no mosquitoes, no insects come near to them.
Okay.
So here's, ways were a little different. The swirling dance that happens in Iran, and it's in sect of Sufi saint called Rumi and Shamsi Tabriz. Yeah. In the same way, Egyptian saints, they play a pipe, which the kind of music you hear in Nile Valley civilization. They play a pipe, the Egyptian saints, and they play a kind of violin, one string violin, and it is considered very, very ancient and very pure in terms. Whenever the Sufis are playing violin, it's like worship of eternal being for them. And in the same way, Sumer is different, and the eternal being, the one being, is also there. The concept is there. They knew the concept. All the ancient societies knew the concept. The Sufis, they wear the clothes which are related to their civilization, kind of Sumerian, kind of Iraqi, a little. Only a little bit of rituals would be different. The way of conduct would be different. Rest, everything is the same.
All right. Is there anything in Christianity that resembles Sufism to you? Anything at all?
Yeshua himself, he is a complete Sufi. I think there is a complete lineage, but a secret lineage.
The people, no. Not a Yeshua. I believe so, but I'm talking about the everyday people that you see going about their business. Do you, in Christianity now that you and I are in 2020, is there anything of the practice of Christianity that resembles Sufism to you? Apart from Yeshua.
The Orthodox Christianity is completely different. I mean, the Roman Catholic Church is different. Jehovah's Witness is different. The people who worship Mother Mary, they are different. The people who worship Yeshua himself, they are different. So there are many different sects. But when I'm talking about Christianity, what I feel to say, when I am talking about Christianity, I'm only and only talking about Yeshua.
Okay.
And his teachings. Yeah. So the kind of teachings he gave to his people, and the saints he initiated with the eternal being and his energy and the Holy Spirit, all the rituals that he was doing for the betterment of humanity, that is all Sufi. All way of conduct, that the original teachings of Yeshua, and it was all love, brotherhood. That's it. And lot of, if you go to the secret teachings, then Yeshua had the powers to drive away all the negative spirits. If somebody is possessed, he used to drive away the negative spirits as well. And his saints that he initiated also had that kind of energy to drive away some kind of mental illness or spirits that people get possessed by. In the same way, the Sufis are also trained by their masters in order to do certain feats for the betterment of humanity. And the teachings of brotherhood and love They come straight away from Yeshua.
Hmm. And that was actually going to be my next question to you. I wanted to ask you, are Sufis what we call spiritualists? Spiritualists, you know, are they? Is there a connection? For example, some people might say, "Okay, I'm going to go. I know I have an ailment, something that the doctor can't cure. Let me go to my Sufi." Is that the kind of way that we should perceive them? Do they have that kind of power, that kind of miracle?
In the sect of Sufi, and even in terms of the teachings given by Yeshua, saint is just a medium, and what he's doing, he's praying to eternal being. And those people who have worshipped the eternal being more, it is said that eternal being connects with them more, because they themselves are connecting with the eternal being more.
Right.
If you are giving love and affection, then eternal being is more connected to you.
Okay.
Because eternal being is always there, but you have to channelize your frequency to match the same frequency. So what people do is that they go to dargah. Dargah is a place of Sufis where they live, and when they die, their cemetery or their stuff is made, and but the feeling behind that is just a memory of a saint, not to worship him, not to worship him. And even if people come for certain stuff to a Sufi, then Sufi is doing everything in the name of eternal being, and they have to pay the offerings not to the Sufi but to the eternal being. That is the main feeling. Only that energy, that supreme entity can help you. Otherwise, humans can be granted certain blessings or certain access, like it was given to King Solomon for his worship and everything. But that is temporarily given to a Sufi or a saint or a human being if he's blessed then. Otherwise, everything is done by the eternal being, not by humans, not by any physical being.
Tell me, I don't know if you might have a different word for it. Tell me about Hisab. You know how they use the stars or the constellation to tell time and use it to make compass and use it for a calendar or something. Is that special? When you read the scriptures like Enoch, I think Enoch or Abraham, he was able to read the stars and times, and and I would say that those men are devout or Sufis in my own explanation. Do you think is it something, again, I understand what you said earlier, but is that something that Sufis are especially trained to do based on the writings that were on the wall? Is it something that transcends throughout this generation?
Yeah, I'll tell you. I'm not 100% sure of what I'm going to say, but you would agree, because this is what might have happened.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone in Sufis and saints, in Indian sects, in Sumerian sects, saints related to Bible or ancient Kemet, they were all travelers, and they used to travel a lot. That I have told you. That I have seen as well, because they had their route. One person cannot roam around the world. That is not possible. But they certainly had their routes where they went and spread their message of brotherhood, peace, love, and everything.
Right.
So this art of reading the constellations, reading the stars, to judge where they are going, to judge their direction. Are they going to right direction, or they're going to wrong direction?
Mm-hmm.
Because if this art is not an art of Sufi. This is an art of a traveler, a sailor. Now, Sufis were sailors and travelers as well. Hence, they know this art. Not just because they were Sufis, but because they were travelers.
I see. Beautiful. Beautiful. And thank you. You have explained that. All right. Now, let me ask you, is Sufism gender related?
I don't think so because in Sufis they are very liberal-minded people. They don't have set certain orthodox religious views about the God. Their views about the God is very liberal, and it transcends beyond time and space. Their
Awesome.
views about eternal being is beyond good and evil. You see that when there was no earth, no planets, then what was there?
Hmm.
Certainly there was space, this dark space.
Yes.
And now scientists are also discovering this darkness is not absence of light. This darkness is also something. It is
Yes.
maybe dark matter or dark energy.
Yes.
So when this dark energy is there, this dark energy is also there in some kind of a space. So there
Yes.
has to be a space inside which this dark matter is dwelling. So if dark matter is also not there, there has to be a space.
Yes.
And what is present when there is not even space present? There
Wow.
has to be time.
Time.
And when if even the time is not present, can you even think in your imagination what that thing is? That thing is God.
It is, trust me, that's wonderfully explained. And that's how we know that he is eternal. You can't
Beyond,
put a
beyond.
you can't put a middle to him, you can't put an end to him. No one can
No.
define him. And you know, the best thing for one to do is to keep, and I think Sufism, like, well, you know, it's just that quest. It's just that constant quest and hunger inside you to please the Most High and to search for Him and to find Him. And then when you find that piece of Him, and I can say a piece of Him because He's so vast, when you find that piece
Yeah.
of you, you embrace Him. And now that you are, after you've embraced Him, then I see that you're now on a path, a
Exactly.
path. And that's a connection between humanity and the divine. Am I right? Am I right?
Exactly. Exactly. That's beautiful, and that's the essence of you can. It's not against science. It is thoroughly scientific, and it goes beyond the limits of time and space, and that's what eternal being is. So their views goes beyond. Their views about women are very liberal. They give full respect to women, and it's not like that you should not make relationship with them when they are on periods or something like that. This is all another issue. You know, they do not dwell into these kind of puny things. Spiritual Sufis, they give respect to each and every event occurring to a man and woman, each and every relationship, if it is legitimate and not hurting anyone. They give full support and respect to humanity and good energy, good feelings in humanity, because that's what we are here to do.
If you're just joining me, my very special guest is Amandi, and he is very well informed on this topic. I know that we're going to have to maybe do a part 3. This brother has, you know, his intellect is just beautiful, and I love discussing with him. This is N Vibes, your coolest hotspot on social media. Again, my name is Diana Wright, and I have a few more questions for you. But before we do, stay tuned. We'll be right back after these messages.
Yeah, I'll sing to you a love song, so the whole wide world can sing along. And oh, I'll sing to you a love song, so the whole wide world can sing along. You are my light, in you there is no
Thank you.
Okay, welcome back again, Amandeep. I know I'm talking you I'm just keep talking you, talking to you for a very long time because you have such good information, and I think people really, really want to know because we see so many different classes and sects and different beliefs and different, vibes and different feelings when it comes to the eternal one. Some people try to put a cap on him and say, okay, he's this way, he's that way, and it has to be done this way. We know that the truth is one, right? And we know
Exactly.
the creator is one. So earlier you talked about the that divine intellect that's within a person or a Sufi, or a person who has his steps marked towards the Most High to discern the bad energy that comes from someone and discern the good energy that comes from someone. I believe that for each of us who find that within ourselves, maybe we are gearing up to be Sufis. I don't know. Maybe this is the path that we are going to because we find that there is this thing inside of us that we don't understand, but we see it in each other and we're moving towards a peaceful life, to find balance, equilibrium within ourselves, spiritual equilibrium within ourselves, and to connect it to the Creator. I think maybe that's the path that we're on to being a Sufi. Question for you: would you train your
Yeah.
children in the path of Sufism?
I feel in the time of today, where there's so much dark energy of people, when you go to office, there are people who are sweet on your face and who are very much insecure and doing bad deeds with you at the back end. And when opposite genders, that's a very deep topic. And when opposite genders were made for each other, but they do not end up respecting each other, what kind of world is this? I think before zombie apocalypse, there is a special kind of asshole apocalypse which is upon us right now, and people are becoming that. And to break that thing, we have to train each and everyone in the path of Yeshua and the path of Sufism. That is very important, so that they do not spread wrong energies. Definitely, I'll train them to save themselves from bad people, but yeah, the good energies will be spread from my house, from this clan that we have started. And at least, it would put a good name to our ancestors as well, that from this house, only good vibes were spread in the world. And Sufism, yep, and the teachings of Bible and Yeshua, these are a kind of answer, a secret answer to everything, and to the code of conduct to live in this world of today, where people have gone so corrupt and so bad. To break this chain, that is important. I will surely teach my children in that.
Awesome. That's beautiful. And before we go, I want to ask you this. As Sufi, how do they deal with internal turbulences? How do they balance? You made mention of when you go to the office and people are just nasty with you. How do they cope? How do they cope?
I'll give you certain examples. Very good examples is kind of the way they pray, the way they pray, the way they dance, and certain the way of walking is also meditation for them.
Okay.
I'll give you certain examples. People can try this, and they will find somehow this method is so useful that after doing this method, whenever they go into worship and close their eyes, their attention and their focus is much more, much better. And the negative energy just sheds away. What they have to do, one, practice is you open your eyes
Mhm.
when you get up in the morning. Whenever you get up in the morning, you open up your eyes, then you remember the eternal being. You just focus on your breath. And with every coming breath and going breath, you remember the eternal being and you
Mhm.
say the name, whatever name you like, you say the name and keep saying the name and then pray that with every coming and going breath, it gives me health, it gives me wealth, it gives me prosperity. What
Wow.
are you giving? You are giving commands, certain mind commands that you're giving.
I love that.
Somewhere it is it is going to go into universe and it is going to strike back at you. And
Wow.
you take a glass of water whenever you feel anxiety. You have a glass of water, and the way you have to drink that glass of water, that is meditation. You have to sip one, close the eyes,
Mhm.
and feel the water going inside, and
Mhm.
attach a prayer to that. Then
Mhm.
that wherever this sip of water is going down my throat to my belly, I can feel it with the grace of Eternal One, and
Mhm.
it wash away all my ailments. And next time I go to washroom, it sends away all the dark energy, all the diseases to the
Mhm.
flush. I can flush it, and everything is banished. All the bad words which people have said to me in office, all the
Mhm.
misunderstandings that what people have, what I had to go through, they
Mhm.
are being washed away with this sip of water, and you drink whole glass of water, sip by sip, and attach another prayer, another prayer, another prayer. Then,
Mhm.
whenever you feel like going to washroom, you go to washroom, and your worries, your body, each and every, you're giving commands to your DNA. You know,
Yes.
your each and every cell of your body is activated by the eternal being and the sip of water. That's the kind of meditation that they do, the kind of prayer that they do. Very, very deep and relaxing stuff.
Awesome. 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 Amanda, you are just the best. And I'm so, so thankful for having you on the Advice Show today. And you know what? We're going to have to continue this in the
Surely.
next meeting. We will be talking about meditation because that is the buzzword these days, especially with all this stress and anxiety going on, and to find homeostasis within ourselves, we have to learn meditation, and we have to learn it and do it properly. I do have something on meditation, and I'm sure that, you know, you have a lot on meditation and a lot to offer. Next time when we come back, we're going to be talking about your music. You know, we are going to be talking about all the other things that you do and all the other things about you, because I do believe that you have so much to impart. And
Surely, surely.
is there any word that you want to say to the listeners? Anything you want to say to them? How can they? First of all, just tell us how we can, see your music, even though we haven't talked about it just yet. Tell us how we can, people who are interested in what you have to say can contact you, and just also give a last word, not a last word, give a word of encouragement to the viewers until we come back next time. Next time.
I would say, I will give the example of the society of bees, of the society of ants. Science have discovered a lot in those societies.
Mhm.
Everything is so well managed. One is a group of constructor bees. They construct. They are engineers. One are soldiers who protect. One are the healers. One is the queen. And everyone is not interfering into another's work.
Mhm.
We as humans have better segregations. We have engineers, doctors, everyone. But in the same time, there is a one tricky weapon that God has given us, that is
Mhm.
free will. With that free will, I can use a knife to do the operation if I'm a doctor. With the same knife, I can kill somebody. But the free will is given to us and us only. That
Mhm.
is, the energy and love of eternal being that has been given to us. But this weapon, we're not using wisely. Free will. We're misusing the free will a lot, and you can see the kind of things which are happening today. If the engineer bees and engineer humans are doing their work properly with the full soul, and if the doctor bees and doctor humans are doing their work properly, and anyone who has got a wisdom and he knows that I can help this person, but I won't, that is, in my knowledge and in my soul, a kind of hindrance in human society, and that is a part of a sin. If you know something and you know that you can tell that to a person, and there's no money involved in that, not required even. If you just utter a word and it will help that person, yeah, and his pain will be relieved, then say it. What are you waiting for? We tend to hesitate, and if this quality comes into humanity, I feel that if you have some kind of quality, and with that quality you can help others, you must do that. If you're not doing that, then you're not walking the path of Yeshua, or you're not walking the path of the Sufi.
All right. Okay. Well said. Very well said. And I have to agree with you on that. I have to agree with you. You know, my mind, I just want to just dive into something else, but but I just want to leave that for the next time around. How can we find your music? How can we know about you? People who are watching and they are very interested in you. Do you do for example, like if someone wants you, would like to contact you to make a presentation, maybe like at a graduation or a special kind of function, how can they find you?
Well, I have my Facebook ID. I have my contacts on Instagram. They can contact me with the name Amandeep Singh, the wizard. They can call me wizard as a wise man, the wise man who would understand your feelings and understand the problems that you have. That person, in my thought, is a wizard. And we should be wizards, because we're not here to be idiots and fools and just to drink and smoke. So they can search the name on Google, Amandeep Singh, the wizard, or Amandeep Singh, Swar Adi. They can just write the name and they can search me very easily. And they can contact me for stress management, persona training, or any kind of deeper coaching. I would love to assist them.
Okay, and the next time around, I want to know more about the Amandeep, the wise man. I want to know more about you in that realm. So that is also for another broadcast. But for right now, Amandeep, I do want to thank you so very much. I am so grateful that you have accepted the invitation to come and talk with us and share with us today on the N-Vibes Entertainment Lines. It has been my pleasure, and I look forward to more of this discussion. Thank you so very much, and may the Most High walk with you, and may the good spirit of the Sufi continue to guide you and to train you and to teach you and to bring you in greater enlightenment. Thank you so very much.
Thank you so much. It's so nice talking to you. Love you.
Love you too. All right. So we say bye-bye. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Okay. This has been N-Vibes. My name is Diana Wright, and we have come to the close of our discussion, and I'm sure that we will come back another time. But for right now, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, all right, because there's so much more. Next week, we'll be featuring Michael O'Hill. We'll have an exclusive discussion with him, the man and his music, and we will explore a whole lot of things. And I'm sure that we will be coming back with Amandeep when we talk more and look more into his life and learn more from him. So for now, walk good. May the Most High be with you. This is N-Vibes, your coolest hotspot on social media. My name is Diana Wright. Goodbye.
Thank you.